Welcome back to Six Flags Great America for another drone update. Here we are at the front of the park where not a whole lot has changed other than it snowed. The park looks really pretty in the snow, but besides that, the front entrance really hasn't gotten any updates yet. I wouldn't expect anything quite yet because, most of the work is done. I think they just have to finish off the new security gate. Then once that's done, they'll be good to open. I'm sure that'll be finished soon. Moving around to the east side of the park, nothing really interesting is going on over here. Looking near the front entrance, again, not a whole lot going on that we can see. Everything is still here in terms of the dry park, in terms of the water park. Hangover site's still empty, that sort of stuff. We can see the Wrath site, and there's some track up, which is awesome, but we'll get to that from the south side. But the good view from this side is of the track, and as you can see, there's a whole lot more track. And we can see pieces over here that are pretty obviously part of the lift hill and drop. You can see that these are the next couple sections of the lift hill, and then the turn that looks to me like the turn at the top of the lift hill plus the beginning of the drop and the middle part of the drop, and many of the thicker supports that will make up the drop support structure. And then over here we see a lot more track. I'd estimate this to be between 30 and 50% of the total track required for the coaster. But it's cool to see that they have more track on site, and obviously they already have track installed, so progress is coming along pretty well on this coaster. Finally, we move on to the south side of the park where we can see indeed there's track installed. We can see that everything from the final brake run through the transfer track and all the way up to the first piece of the lift hill have been installed. We can see that there's one piece of track missing that connects the brake run to the transfer block. However, that's probably just for construction access for that large crane, and I suspect that piece may be one of the last pieces to go in, and it's just staged there for now. We can also see that the maintenance bay, which looks like it can hold 3 trains, 2 on the left bay and 1 on the right bay, looks like that the framing has been completed or nearly completed on that. And yeah, it's good to see that track is already up for this coaster, which is fairly early for Great America coasters, so hopefully we'll see this open sometime before July, which has been the recent trend. It looks like footer work is done, so all the caissons over in the parking lot might be spare or might be for another purpose entirely. But yeah, you can see how big this coaster is and how they really squeeze it in there between Demon, X-Flight, the service road, and the back of the Grand Music Hall and the kiddie area. Finally, the last update for today that I could find was that American Eagle Blue side had a lot of the valley after the first drop retracked, currently being retracked. This is the section of American Eagle where the lower 6 layers of wood are actually replaced with a steel I-beam. So I expect this track work to go pretty quickly since they're only replacing 2 layers of wood instead of the usual 8 or more. And there's been some speculation online that this is being done by the Gravity Group. I'm not really sure. The park has a pretty good in-house retracking team, and I think they're usually the ones who take care of this, but I am not sure either way. Overall, yeah, not a huge update for today. The park is clearly just in the middle of the off season, and it's nice and mothballed, and clearly they're just working hard to get Wrath going. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.